Sir, why are you doing this?
Why?
Why are you being... There are no platform tickets.
Well, that's all she had to say, and then we'd have left.
They're insisting on...
But she made a big deal out.
What began as a simple question about filming quickly turned into false accusations, bad attitude, and made-up rules. But the auditor remained calm, confident, and fully informed. Using clear facts and the company's own guidelines, he exposed the misinformation and handled the situation without losing control. This situation escalates quickly, and the tension builds fast from the very beginning.
We can.
You can't.
We can.
You're on private property in here.
There you are. Don't matter. There's no law to say you can't.
Yeah, you can't, I'm afraid. You can't
The bylaws don't say anything.
Pardon?
The bylaws don't say anything of the
They do.
sort.
You're on private
They
property
don't
in
actually.
here.
Don't matter. Section 33, Criminal Justice Act 1972.
Well, I'm not willing to be filmed, sir.
You're not willing to be filmed? Alright, no problem. We're not going anywhere, we want the ticket. I didn't put camera in no one's face, pal. And I've got video recording to prove it. Look at that man, he's got her donut socks on, mate. It might be a special in his spare time.
We're just asking if there's any platform tickets available, that's all.
No, we'd rather you didn't film. I personally would...
Well, it don't matter what you'd rather. We're legally allowed to.
Okay.
So we are.
But there's no platform tickets now.
Well, that's all she had to say.
Pardon?
Not for me. Are you getting shirty with me?
There's no platform tickets.
Don't get lippy with me, mate. Well, just say there's no platform tickets for anybody. Don't say there's no platform tickets for
You're
you.
an aggressive one, aren't you?
So don't get lippy with me,
You're
sunshine.
the one being lippy there, son.
You're getting lippy, sunshine.
Sam.
Yeah, what are you doing? You're
Sam.
going to start sticking your chest out, Sam.
Look, sir,
You're gonna start-
I think you're being aggressive.
I'm not being aggressive.
You are being aggressive.
No, I think he's being rude and unprofessional. Bye, Sam. Jog on with your little donut socks.
Sir, why are you doing this?
Why?
Why are you being... There are no platform tickets.
Well, that's all she had to say, and then we'd have left.
They're insisting on...
But she made a big deal out of it.
Do you mind telling me what's going on exactly?
But basically, we've come in to ask a question. As soon as we've approached the desk, she said, "You can't film." We've explained we can. She said, "Well, I'm not serving you." No, don't interrupt. Don't
She
interrupt.
doesn't want to be
Don't
filmed
interrupt.
and put on social
Just
media.
ignore her and listen to me. You don't even know where this is going.
So,
You don't know where this is going, do you? So what are you getting involved
Speak
for?
to him to bring it down, please.
What are you getting involved for? You
I'm
don't.
the team leader.
You don't know where
That's
it's going, do
fine.
you?
remove them from the booking office, please?
Remove him.
Yeah.
He ain't gonna touch me.
Pardon?
He ain't gonna touch me.
Oh, I'm asking you to leave. I'm asking you to leave. I'm the team leader. Can you ask him to leave? Because one of my staff is upset that he's still here.
She's upset?
Yeah, she is.
She'll be even more upset when she sees herself online on
That's what
TikTok.
I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly. Because you bet.
That moment exposed the entire situation. Staff claimed filming was an issue, refused service, and then became hostile when questioned. The auditors stayed focused, continued asking for the ticket, pointed out that no clear rule was being explained, and showed how fast a simple conversation turned into conflict. One important detail was how the auditors kept bringing the discussion back to the original issue. Staff responded with sarcasm, frustration, and personal comments instead of clear answers. Once the conversation shifted away from the ticket itself, it became obvious the situation was no longer about policy. The cameras captured every reaction in real time. This is what happens when confidence replaces clear explanation. The moment staff stopped addressing the actual request, their credibility started to fall apart. In situations like this, understanding the difference between policy and actual rules matters. When someone cannot clearly explain the rule, pressure and attitude often take over instead. Staying calm and informed can completely change the outcome. What would you have done in that situation? Kept asking for the ticket, or left once service was denied?
Listen, sunshine, keep your mouth shut.
Wow.
Jog on into back with your little donut socks.
Sam,
Go on, Dumpling. Bye, Dumpling.
Can I ask you a favour? Because he's telling him.
Can you shut up? Because I'm not talking to you anymore.
Can you take him out now?
Listen, go get back on your broomstick.
Now.
Go get back on your broomstick.
So,
What's she shouting like that for? She's making a mountain out of the molehill.
so
Back on your broomstick.
First of all, you're trying to find out information, I'm assuming, about platforms, correct?
That's it. That's all we're doing.
There's not a problem. So,
Alright, that's fine.
So, I'll try to give you as much information as I possibly can. Additionally, on top of that, they themselves wouldn't be dealing with said information.
Can I just, in a nutshell, tell you why we're here?
Yeah, of course.
So, we're train spotters.
Yeah.
And we want to get access to the platform.
Right.
And we've been told you need a platform ticket. So we went in there, we asked for one, and she started giving us a load of lip and a load of cheek. Then Wicked Witch at West came out. Yeah. She started giving us a load of lip and cheek, and he started giving us a load of lip and cheek. Donut socks.
Alright. So, yeah.
Just said, I'm just saying I take the blame from that is happening to customers as well.
So, we're not breaking the law.
It's not about breaking the law, so what it is that they have a right not to be filmed.
No, they don't, not in public.
They do
No,
have
they
a
don't,
right
not in public.
People say they don't want to film.
No, they don't.
Sorry.
Not in public.
They do.
Pin
have
up.
a right.
Public photography is not a crime.
Hang on a second, sir. I get that. I'm saying when people say, look, I don't want to be
Well,
filmed.
it doesn't matter. They have no expectation of privacy in a public place.
By
They have
law,
no right.
They're also on private property as well.
I understand that, but I think it's the public access part.
Yeah, listen to your colleague.
So
Look at
Hang on,
this is
now
what I
I'm
want to
understanding
explain.
what they're saying now, because you're being rude towards me now, and I've just came over and I've tried to speak to you nicely. Okay, I'm saying...
You're going to be famous, you.
So
I'm Wicked Witch at West Midlands.
I'm going to explain to you guys about the ticket system in place. So Network Rail themselves, when it comes to people recording on the station, so even though it is private property, it is pseudo public access, which is why some people are allowed, of course, to go ahead and record, not a problem. However, when it comes to going down to the trains, as you have wanted to initially, there's no problem with that. It's just we request for the train spotters as yourselves to go to our reception, not here, this is the ticket office, they deal with regular tickets, our customer reception, in which they'll end up giving you a pass similar to what I have here, except a paper form, and that will allow you in and out of our barriers.
That's what we did. That's what we did for me up at Manchester Piccadilly. But not all train stations is like that though.
Yeah.
So, some you can go in and we just don't mind.
Yeah. It's just R1. It's just there because I think it's because we're a subsurface station.
Yeah.
Reason behind it. But again, I have no problem with you guys recording as a whole. Because right to film, I understand in terms of the...
Everything changed once the insults stopped and the real explanation finally came out. After all the arguing, staff admitted the issue was not filming itself, but the station's access process. The auditors kept asking for a clear answer, and the situation quickly shifted from confusion to understanding. A key detail here was how the auditors stayed focused on the original question instead of reacting to every personal comment. That approach changed the entire conversation. Once staff clearly explained the station procedure, the tension started to fade. The discussion stopped being about emotions and became about facts and clear communication. This shows how quickly confusion can disappear when the real policy is finally explained. When people continue asking calm, direct questions, emotional reactions lose their impact. Knowing the rules, staying composed, and asking for clarification can completely change how situations like this unfold. Would you have stayed calm until the policy was explained? Or would you have walked away once the disrespect started?
My name is Munir.
Munir, I'm Kev.
Lovely to meet you.
Let me just fist bump you. You've been very professional. You've been very courteous. I don't want to speak to anybody else now apart from you.
All right.
No of the Network Rail staff.
All right.
I'm only going to speak to you because you've dealt with this properly. So all we're going to do is, we're probably just going to be around here for
Even they're going to say the same thing.
15-20 minutes and then we're going to be going.
Yeah, not a
But
problem.
at least this guy knows the rules and regs. And you know it's in Network Rail guidance.
Yeah.
As long as you don't have heavy and bulky equipment.
Yeah.
Auditor.
No, we're train spotters.
Doesn't matter. I know, obviously, previous interaction with police and stuff.
What,
Literally just
will be?
generally question. No, I'm just asking that question. Okay.
No, we're train spotters.
Yeah, of course you can. It's PC Farley 9097.
Yeah, today, man.
Birmingham Street. Okay. Just for the benefit of your videos, I am recorded.
Thank you very much for letting us know.
Right. The issue, okay, are you filming the station? So what's gone on then? So they've come in filming.
I think we should explain that. No, don't speak to him. Speak to him. He'll tell you. He'll tell you. No, she's going to make lies up. Just ignore her. Speak to this man here. Yeah, well, she's lying, isn't she? She's going to lie. She's going to lie.
I have to listen to the team leader because she called us over.
Well, she should be a cleaner, not a team leader.
What she said, Tracy, that they came in, they were filming, the passengers weren't comfortable with it, and so were the staff members, and they asked politely for them to start filming, in which they refused.
Yeah, because we don't have to. We can refuse.
If they ask you to, you
No,
do.
no.
You do.
No, you got it all wrong. Can you educate her, please? Exactly. I'm going to be quiet now. I'm going to shut my mouth and just be quiet because she's really riling me up. I'll keep my mouth shut. Please educate her on public photography.
Not on the version.
Yes.
I'm happy to walk off. So look at the escalates things. Have a chat with you. Okay. So you mentioned bylaws, so I'm guessing you're aware of the bylaws and the railway, that sort of stuff. Okay. Are you also aware that network rail, private property, that sort of stuff? Yeah. Sorry, mate. Do you mind if I stand close to you? I can't hear what you're saying.
Publicly accessible, it's open to the public.
Yeah. That's right, it is, but also in that part of the definition it says whether on payment or otherwise. So by that, are you travelling today with a ticket?
We're not in a compulsory ticket area, so we don't need to.
That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, it's also, but you'd also know.
Rubbish. How do you know we're not waiting for a train?
Ticket to our-
We could be waiting for a train for all you know.
We're in a compulsory ticket area.
No, okay, that's fine. But you're also at the train station, so it doesn't have to be compulsory for all five person.
That moment showed what real accountability looks like. After all the confusion, one staff member stepped forward, listened calmly, introduced himself, and handled the situation professionally. The auditors noticed the change immediately, lowered the tension, and focused on the real issue: filming rights, platform access, and who actually understood the rules. One important detail was how quickly the auditors responded to professionalism once it appeared. Instead of continuing the conflict, they stayed calm and acknowledged the staff member who was giving clear answers. That shift exposed the difference between emotional reactions and proper communication. Once respect and clarity entered the conversation, the entire situation became easier to manage. This is a strong example of how staying informed and composed can bring a heated situation back under control. When facts replace attitude, the pressure starts to disappear. Understanding the difference between an actual rule and a personal opinion can help people protect themselves and communicate more effectively. Would you have trusted the calm staff member at that point, or would you still question everything after the earlier behavior?
Also, you need written permission to film here because it's going on social media.
Listen, can I just stop you right there because you're making a lot of assumptions.
I understand.
You're making a lot of assumptions.
I think I've heard of your videos before.
You keep saying it's going on social media, but you have no idea who I am.
He just admitted his
But it don't mean it's going on social media, does it?
So it could be. So it
The
could be
fact
used,
is,
okay, for your own benefit.
This building is open to the public. We have entered, right? Basically, as photographers, train spotters, whatever you want to call us.
Yeah.
Now, Network Rail, in their guidance online, states you do not need permission as long as you don't plan on being there for a long time and as long as you don't have any heavy or bulky equipment, which we don't.
Do you mind showing me that passage of text?
Yeah, I'll let him show you because you're pretty savvy on phones and that, aren't you? But it'd take me all day to find out.
Network Rail, this is the Network Rail operating station. Network Rail, filming of photography.
To be fair, I mean, they've been pretty reasonable, you guys, and that guy as well. I'm happy with the way he's spoken to us and stuff. To be fair, he's been the only sort of rational one out of the whole crew.
You can take photographs of stations provided you do not sell them to a company or stock in the agency.
Can I ask you what you're recording for? Just in general? For what, sorry?
Yeah, like take pictures of trains and interesting places.
It's generally queries, that's all.
Yeah, well, you know, if you stand out here across the road and you look over, the building looks beautiful, doesn't it? It's got all that sort of metallic silver going around it. It says Grand Central. It's basically, as a photographer, you can take a picture of pretty much anything and make it look good. Do you know what I mean? So we've not come to cause trouble. We just basically, all we're doing is exercising our rights, legal rights to do what we're doing. And this lot here have absolutely thrown a hissy fit, saying, no, you can't do this, no, you can't do that. And we're like, well, you can, and we're trying to explain it to them, but they're just refusing to listen.
I appreciate that, thank you. I'm not saying what infraction you have just to clarify that. I'll speak to this gentleman. You can carry on filming while I speak to him. You're allowed to film the police, I'm guessing you can hear that. But I'm just going to step a little bit out of the way.
No, that's fine, it's fine.
All right.